Alright, welcome back to Let's Play Basara 3.
Hello. Greetings to you! I'm Yukimura Sanada. I have come today in hope of meeting the General, Mitsunari Ishida, so that joined together, we can fight Ieyasu!
Yukimura, the young cub of Takeda. What business brings you to the gates of the Western Army?
Because it had always been the desire of my mentor, Lord Shingen Takeda.
Really? To fight against Ieyasu?
Calm yourself, Mitsunari. Yukimura, we gladly accept your allegiance and could not hope for a better ally.
I thank you, and I think you'll find the forces of Shingen to be invaluable in your battle against Ieyasu.
Ieyasu, 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 Ieyasu! Everyone persists on repeating a name in front of me!
Chill, Mitsunari. Okay, so I talked about this in Ieyasu's route as well, where Yukimura will inevitably join Mitsunari. And again, there's reasons for this. It's really poorly explained right here in the context of Mitsunari's story. But basically, he joins Mitsunari out of desperation because he's really in an unstable situation. And he can easily be defeated because Takeda Shingen is ill, and he doesn't want Takeda Shingen's pupil, you know, Ieyasu, the guy who was this weakling who looked up to Ieyasu, looked up to Takeda Shingen and idolized him to be able to actually conquer him. So, but that's not really explained too well right here. Yukimura is just like, alright, I'm here because the plot says so.
Deliver that villain a brutal death.
Yeah, and as far as this allegiance goes in any kind of future continuity, though, again, as far as we talk about with the anime, both Judge End and The Last Party, the movie, Takeda Shingen is pretty well out of commission for the rest of it. So we have our new super art Extermination by using R2, just like we had with Ieyasu, so we're going to demonstrate that pretty soon. But yeah, honestly, like after this conflict is resolved, you definitely believe that Yukimura would split off from Mitsunari and just kind of fight for his own will again. Because ultimately all he really cares about is being an effective leader for the Takeda army and settling his rivalry with Masamune. Alright. So Mitsunari is going to be taking on Mori Motonari in this episode, and this has got to be like the 5th or 6th time I've fought Mori throughout the Basara series, but this is going to be an interesting map. I don't think we did not have this map as Ieyasu, so this is definitely going to be really cool. As you can see, it starts out here right at daybreak. Everything is kind of dark, but we know, considering Mori's obsession with the sun, that will probably change very soon. So Mitsunari and Mori kind of seem like natural enemies because they're both these incredibly cynical and cunning, like edgy edgelords, and they really are not a good mix at all. So there's a demonstration of Extermination for you. It's a slow charging attack, just like with Ieyasu, and he sticks his sword into the ground and then pulls it back out and slashes it upward, and it's a big AoE burst. So pretty cool. I'll be using it, well, about as much as I'm using every other ability for him, honestly. There's another demonstration of depression there. So, again, it seems like these two would be natural enemies. I don't remember exactly what Mori did in Judge End, but I know in the movie, Motochika and Mori kind of sat on the sidelines and didn't really do a whole lot until the final conflict, which honestly makes sense for their character, considering the context of the anime. And I think that kind of makes more sense than having them pick a side in the Sekigahara conflict between Mitsunari and Ieyasu. Here, though, again, it's through Mitsunari's manipulation and military tactics, he basically confuses Motochika into being like, alright, I hate Ieyasu because his men killed civilians and soldiers in my territory and left their flags there, even though that's the only quote-unquote proof that he had for it. This is all staged by the Western Army, of course. So
this doesn't look too good.
yeah, other than that, Mori really doesn't have much of a reason to join with Mitsunari, except from the fact that he's trying to, you know, continue the legacy of Hideyoshi, which was essentially, you know, that was the last ally, especially in terms of the anime's continuity. That was the last ally that Mori had, was he allied himself with Hideyoshi. But Mori being a, you know, more of a villain character, tends to ally himself with whoever whatever the highest bidder is. Anyway. Oh lord, here we go. Well, the sun came out, so time for Mori to debut his new weaponry he has. So he has the Archimedes Death Ray, the solar cannons, because of course he does. And so, again, just in the context of the anime, after Hideyoshi punched the sea and won and defeated Motochika on the Fugaku, Mori took it over and replaced the giant cannon on the Fugaku that fires like a 8-foot in diameter bowling cannonball thing, this massive cannonball. Instead, he replaced it with a giant mirror that shoots lasers, because this series is just that over the top. So, and again, we have to be reminded that Mori has this obsession with the sun. So, I brought along Motochika for this, just so he'd have the opportunity to kick Mori's ass, which is pretty cool. And I just like having Motochika as an ally, especially considering, like we said about Ieyasu. I guess it would make sense for Motochika just to kind of go along with it. In the context of the game, we actually earned Motochika's respect the correct way by actually like convincing him to join our side through a little bit of brute force, but it worked. He's just one of my favorite allies to have because he's just so damn cool. He's one of my favorite characters, as I've said before. So, interestingly enough, a little bit of a side note here. I mentioned in my latest Dragon Quest Heroes video that I am starting to finally test play Fire Emblem Warriors for the Let's Play, because I finally got my hands on it. I got a 2DS XL to play it on. I'm test playing it on the new 3DS version, and me and Michelle will be playing the Switch version as soon as Christmas rolls around and I give her her Switch. However, I am not sure as to whether or not I want to do it as a live run with me and her playing 2-player, or if I want to have it be, you know, pre-recorded like this and have all the commentary be really thoroughly planned out and everything. I think I'd prefer to have it done that way. Let me know what you guys think, because another thing would be the upload schedule too. I could upload videos for that on regular intervals, whereas I would have to wait for her to be available to record. Which we already have so many live series going on right now. I'd probably never finish, you know, Danganronpa V3 or 999 if we had yet another live series like that. But that won't interrupt my Let's Play schedule according to the announcements I made during the 1000 video. For those of you who haven't watched the 1000 video, definitely go check it out. I announced all the upcoming Let's Plays in there. But I also wanted to say in this video, I didn't say this in the Dragon Quest Heroes video, but I also started test playing Basara 4 today. So I'm kind of getting a feel for, I've played the game a little bit, but I'm trying to get a feel for how I want to do the Let's Play for it, which is going to be which characters I want to play as. Do I want to do some 2-player in that game as well? What characters do you guys want to see in Basara 4, if you guys know anything about it? Let me know what you guys think if you have any suggestions. But obviously that will probably be sometime next year, after Dragon Quest Heroes, after Berserk and the Band of the Hawk, and probably after Fire Emblem Warriors as well. I may do that side by side with Fire Emblem Warriors, or side by side with you know, Arslan or Attack on Titan, or whatever the other Musou game is at the time. But I want to have the majority of these finished before I do Basara 4, because that's like, that is the pinnacle right there. That is the ultimate Musou game, and it's all leading up to that. All of this, Basara 1, 2, 2 Heroes, and this Let's Play is all leading up to that grand finale. So I could not be any more excited about that. But there's some interesting things that can happen in that game, such as depending on the choices that you make within the same route, you can alter the course of the story. I actually don't even know where in the story the Basara 4 is supposed to take place in, because it looks to, from what I'm seeing in some of the discussion, it may actually be a prequel, or it may focus on the early parts of the war, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense compared when I feel like it should be a continuation of Basara 3. especially considering we have all the new characters that have been introduced in Basara 3. You know, we have buff Ieyasu, we have Mitsunari, but they're bringing back. They brought back Nobunaga. They brought some characters in that have ties to Nobunaga and stuff like that. And we have a couple other villain characters. So I don't know. I don't know if I will be able to have as much commentary in terms of the story in Basara 4, because the story is kind of a it doesn't really fit in with the rest of the game's story. So I might just have to improvise there. So we almost defeated Mori here. I was just kind of talking over the fight because, like I said, we've fought Mori a bunch of times here. I really do like this stage, but it's nice and short, and he has a full Basara gauge, and he hasn't used it yet, so hopefully we can finish him off here with our own. Yeah, there we go. That was pretty easy. He had a full gauge for like the whole fight and never used it.
I'm not going to repeat myself. I give orders. You obey without question.
As you wish. I suppose we're both allied to Yoshitsugu. Tell me, where does all that rage come from?
I don't know what you mean.
That is remarkable. You have no idea what you are. You really are that ignorant. If I were to die, you would stand alone against Ieyasu. So go ahead and kill me.